Hey guys, this is Cheryl from Magical Melody, and I'm here with my week 19 VSG or post-op VSG update plus my Diary of a Fat Girl Part 2. Um, Part 2 is probably not going to be as long as Part 1 just because for whatever reason I don't have as much to cover um, in that segment. I'm recording this from my MacBook because my phone is here, but it's almost dead. So anyway, I'll start with stats. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy or VSG surgery on January 5th, 2017 with Dr. William Steely at Tenova Healthcare. And my highest weight was 250.4. Day of surgery, 241.4. Currently, as far as I know, I am 190.8. I'm out of town, so I have no way of weighing myself. I have no idea what I weigh. The only thing I can tell you is I hope and I pray to God that when I get back home, I haven't gained a tremendous amount of weight because there's a couple of things going on here. For one, I'm used to being on a more normalized eating schedule, and I eat. I kind of have my body trained and everything like that. So I eat about every 2 to 3 hours. Well, here I'm not really able to do that. People here are really on no set eating schedule. They don't cook a lot. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter to them, and I can't really expect them to follow my guidelines just because I'm here, but at the same time it's just really extremely annoying. So I really don't know. I'd probably say the worst that I've had to eat since I've been here was Chinese food, and then it was only like little bits of it. Like I can only eat like a couple of bites of chicken and broccoli and then a bite or two of an egg roll and I'm done. So it's not a lot at one time and or anything like that, but I've been going to the fridge for the leftovers ever since we got it yesterday, just kind of nibbling on it here and there. So I'm not sure that that's altogether good, but that's what I've been doing. I don't, like I said, I don't know what I weigh. And to make matters worse, I'm in Shark Week, and here I don't have anything to take or use to help with the bloating, so it's just one big mess. I don't feel like I've gained anything. If I have gained anything, it's only maybe a couple pounds. My clothes don't seem to be fitting any tighter. Things don't seem different. With that, but yeah, so since I've been promising for weeks and weeks that I was going to do this Diary of a Fat Girl Part 2, I'll start it today. I'll just do it with this video because I don't know if I'll get around to it, and I may not actually be able to get it done until after I get home, and then after that it's going to be a while because my mom's coming back with me on the bus and she's going to spend a week with the girls. So anyway, probably the worst thing I would say that I've done, well, with the fact that I have binge eating disorder, a lot of times in my life, even though knowing that I hated my situation with my weight and I hated being overweight, I hated being fat. I've never been able to accept that and everything. However, I would become extremely frustrated with my dieting and whatnot, and just give up and just pick up eating whatever I felt like eating, at the time, and like regain some of the weight. Without really giving it a second thought, without really thinking things through, without really saying, wait a minute, is that really going to help me reach my goal that I'm trying to reach. I never really asked myself any of those questions. I just gave up and said, I'm tired of it, and just went back to, old ways. The other thing that I've done is, I mean, well, I said, like, back in 2014, I got P90X3 from Beachbody. I, I got to, like, down to the last maybe 4 weeks of it, and then we started packing to move. I was really upset to begin with that year I had done that, plus I did the Slim and 6 program. 6-week program plus the P90X3. I lost 10 pounds in 4 months. That's it. And so I was pretty upset about that. So then we started packing to move around mid-May of 2014, and all my workout DVDs and everything like that got packed, stuff like that. But I did enjoy P90X3. I did. I may even get back into it at a later date, to help build some muscle, and everything like that after I lose more of the weight. Because I already have some muscle definition from just daily life and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you start to actually see it, like right there up of my upper arm. And I do have the usual skin hanging under my arms. However, I do feel kind of blessed because it could always be much worse than that. That's really not all that bad, and I actually have to work pretty hard to get it to jiggle back and forth. So I don't really feel like I need to do a whole lot of weight training, and everything like that, because, I do a lot of heavy lifting and just a lot of running up and down my stairs at home, and I'm constantly doing something, especially now that I've had the surgery. But anyway, as I was saying, I did the P90X3, and I got down to the last 4 weeks, so everything got packed away. But I enjoyed P90X3. I did. At the same time, I was like, yeah, but you know what, though? I'm kind of pissed that I didn't lose any more weight. Like, I worked my behind off, and I didn't get anywhere. The scale did not move. And I made sure that I followed the diet programs and everything like that, like you're supposed to. And my weight did not come down. It did not go anywhere. And I said, you know what? Yeah, I enjoyed the program, but I didn't get anything out of it. And I'm not a fan of working my butt off and not getting anything out of it. So I said, okay, it is what it is, and so I'm just going to leave it and start the program after we get moved and settled in. Well, I never started the program after we moved and got settled in. And as a matter of fact, from that summer, we settled in around, we got moved in all in like the latter part of July. And from that point on, I put on a drastic amount of weight. After that, so like over the last 3 years was when I feel like that I gained my most weight. Because I just quit. Like, I just didn't care anymore. And I just got so tired of always staying in one place, always doing stagnant and not getting anywhere. And, I'm an emotional eater. I'm a stress eater. That's mainly where a lot of my emotions come from, is stress. And lots of times I've eaten things, even with all the guilt, in the middle of trying to watch what I'm eating in my diet and everything like that. Even with all the guilt, I would still sit there and eat a big old piece of chocolate cake, or I would still sit there and just eat whatever it was that we were having that I shouldn't have had. And I just ate it. Even though at the end of it, I always got this really bad, guilty feeling for doing it, I just still did. I didn't care. I just didn't care. And, you know, over the past couple of years, I did try to do the liquid amino diet, and the same thing happened. I lost like maybe 20 pounds, and the diet is extremely restrictive. It's kind of like keto, because they want you to stay on mostly green leafy vegetables, and high protein stuff. But it's mostly, let's see here. It's mostly, like I said, the green vegetables. It's really, really hard to stay on, and everything like that. And I just kind of slowly got off of it, and everything like that. And then I would be in denial a lot of times, because like I would get off of the program and everything like that and start gaining weight, and then I would say, well, where am I gaining all this weight from? But I wasn't looking at what I was having to eat that was causing me to gain the weight. At the same time, I just wasn't paying any attention. And I've been in denial for a lot of times in my life. Like I've never wanted to accept or believe that I was as big as what I was. Everything like that. And I have had a tendency in the past to go out and buy clothes that were too small for me. Like you saw in my try-on videos, where I tried on clothes from my closet. I can't do that right now, but I'm still not going to be able to do any more clothing try-ons until after I get back from out of town, and it's probably going to be maybe mid-June or July before I can get to that, and I'll explain that to you later why it's like that. But yeah, I would buy clothes that were too small for me, thinking they would fit, and take them home and try them on, and find out, well, of course, what I probably already knew. But in my mind, I'm thinking, well, maybe this miracle is going to happen. This is going to fit me. No, it didn't. It's like the, extra large leather jacket, which I needed to bring with me and I forgot to bring. And, I knew that I couldn't fit that extra large leather jacket. Like, I got it on, but it was extremely tight, like around my upper back and his shoulders back here. It was real, real tight, and I couldn't zip it. So, getting clothes of things, is thinking that's gonna fit me. Like, I don't know, who the heck was I fooling? I mean, why? I don't understand why I did that. I don't understand. And it's really weird, because now I look at myself and I'm actually very thankful that I can fit into those clothes. This shirt that I'm wearing right now is a prime example of clothes that I bought that didn't fit me, that I knew wasn't going to fit me. I got this from off of Amazon. Let's see if I can stand up and see it. I got this off of Amazon. It's just a short shirt, and it says size extra large, but it's like, excuse me, it's like a size, it's like one of them Chinese size shirts. You know what I'm saying? Like one of them ones that you get from one of them Chinese stores. And yeah, sometimes they put their stuff for sale on Amazon. And yeah, so I bought this last summer, thinking it was going to fit me. It just now started to fit me, and I'm 190 pounds. Just now. Like, I tried it on like 2 weeks ago, and it was too tight. Like, it was just way too tight, like around my waist. And instead of coming all the way down here, it stopped like right there. It was like too short. And so yeah, it actually is a prime example of like what I'm talking about. Buying clothes I know ain't gonna fit me, and I'm still trying to get it, and then I say, well, yeah, maybe it'll still fit me, somehow. I never have been able to accept my size, um, you know, and I mean, I've even gone through a period of time when I looked at myself in the mirror and see, I didn't see how big I actually was. Um, I saw something that looked smaller. Like some days I would look in the mirror and I would see something that looked like a skinnier, more healthier looking person. I guess that's the other way around of body dysmorphia, or or something like that. Because yeah, it's, I mean, because I've had, before when I lost weight, I had the body dysmorphia before because I was really small, and I showed you those pictures. But I looked at myself and I said, man, I'm fat. I was like 185 pounds or 190 then, and stuff like that. And I sit here and I think about all that, um, and now I'm actually extremely thankful that I'm where I am now, because I definitely wasn't before. Um, and when I was little, I would go in the kitchen. I used to like to eat whole wheat bread, and I would go in the kitchen and I would just eat bread. Like I would watch cartoons. I would go and get 2 pieces of bread and I would eat them. Then a few minutes later, I would go in and get another 2 pieces of bread and eat that. And then I would go back in the kitchen a few minutes later and I would get another 2 pieces of bread. I remember one weekend I got caught doing that, like, because I ate a whole loaf of bread in one day. And I got caught doing that, and my dad and my mom grounded me from dessert or any kind of sweets all weekend. Or no, wait a minute, it was for the rest of the weekend and for the whole week. I mean, so then I was upset because I couldn't have the cakes and cookies like everybody else. But there it is again, though. I mean, I wasn't ever comfortable with being overweight, but yet I wanted to eat cakes and cookies. um, I always, I guess, wanted to have my cake and eat it too. Never was 100% willing to sacrifice those things. I can say, since I have my surgery, that I have not gotten any extreme sugar stuff like that, like cakes, cookies, ice cream. Like, I allowed myself to have a piece of cake at my daughter's birthday party because it was also my birthday party, and it was a very small piece of cake. I have not had any more since then. I haven't. I eat my protein bars. Um, I eat my protein cookies. I eat the Halo Top ice cream. I eat the things that I know is safe for me to eat, that I know I'm allowed to have. And I have not tried to go beyond that. Even since I've been here and out of town, I've had a lot of temptations thrown at me from every which way, and I haven't done it. I have not. We were in the Come and Go the other day. If you live down here, you probably know what Come and Go is. They don't have a Come and Go where I live in Tennessee. They have Come and Go here in Little Rock, Arkansas, and that area. I I used to love to go in there and get the big 52-ounce glass of the slushy. And I saw that. I looked over there and I saw that and I said, yeah, that was my favorite thing about Come and Go. And I guess for a minute I kind of missed it, but I said, yeah, okay. And I just went and got my unsweetened green tea and left. And really didn't think any more about it because I know ultimately that something like that is not going to help me achieve my ultimate goal. I still have 40 more pounds to lose before I hit goal, and I really want to give myself as much of an opportunity to do that as I can. Because I sit back and I remember where I came from and all the struggles that I've had in my life, and I've been through a lot. And you saw that in my Diary of a Fat Girl Part 1. I mean, and the Part 1 continued because my phone cut off. I mean, the first one I uploaded on that one was 57 minutes, and included with the Part 1 continued, which was over 20 minutes. The thing was over an hour long. And I definitely have used food as a way to cope with a lot of the emotions that I've had over the years. I haven't had an easy life. Um, Life is never easy, but I would say that mine has been a little bit more difficult than some others. Has it been worse? Like I'm sure that there's been somebody else out there maybe who has had a harder time of it than me. But at the same time, yeah, that, the whole thing that gets me is I never once thought that the food that I was putting in my body was actually the cause of me being overweight. And I wasn't accepting the fact that I was eating the wrong things. I mean, the only time that I really had an issue is like when I was actually following the program and was actually doing everything I was supposed to and didn't lose any weight. That was what really frustrated me to no end. I just can't even tell you how bad it made me feel to actually, excuse me, I have an itchy nose. Before my eyes in between there was itchy, or anything like that. I've never recorded from my laptop before, so I hope that whenever I finish this, that I'm going to be able to figure out how to upload this onto YouTube. Yeah, but anyway, I mean, it's just really bothered me when I was actually doing what I was supposed to and still not lose the weight. And so I would just go revert back to what I was doing before, which was the wrong way, and not really care. Hate the way that I looked, hate what I was dealing with, but on the other end of it, didn't really care. I mean, for one reason or another, all my life I've always regained weight. In high school, I got on birth control, and I regained a lot of weight because of that. And before I got on it, I was on a pretty strict vegetarian diet that I put myself on. And gained all the weight because of the birth control, noticed how much weight I was gaining, got off the birth control, went back on the vegetarian diet, and I got down to 185 pounds. Then went back to school and tried to continue that vegetarian diet. Then all the stuff at the school said, well, you need to eat your meat, you need to do this, you need to do that, and everything like that, So, because I got tired of hearing them say what I needed to do or what I thought, what they thought was better for me, I just ate everything that they wanted or they thought that I should be eating. So I jeopardized my own self for somebody else. It's kind of dumb. Like, why would you do that? And I mean, at the time, I was old enough to speak for myself. Like, I was 18, and I could have just spoken up and say, you know what? I'm doing what is best for me. I'm sorry that you don't feel the same way, or I'm sorry that you don't like that, but that's what I'm going to do because it works for me. It's what's best for me. And sometimes you gotta do what's best for you, not what's best for everybody else. You know, but I never said anything. I just kind of caved in and did what everybody else wanted. Kind of stupid. Like, why would you, why would you put yourself in jeopardy and risk your own health for somebody else? I mean, due to somebody else's selfishness. That just doesn't make any sense to me, because right now, I mean, I can tell you that since I've been through the surgery, since I went through everything that I had to get it, I would right up front tell anybody to go screw themselves if they told me that I needed to be eating this and I needed to be eating that and everything like that. And since I've been here and before, my mom has been asking me, like, can you eat this? Can you eat that? I mean, are you allowed? Like, she has taken the time to support me and care about what I'm able to eat and what I'm not, and because she knows the risks involved if I eat something that could make me sick, or whatever else. And so yeah, I really appreciate people who actually support me. And my hairdresser, when I walked in a couple weeks ago, didn't recognize me. She said, I thought you were somebody else. You look like a completely different person. You have lost so much weight. And I sent a couple of pictures to my music manager the other day. He said, wow, you do look different. Because he's used to seeing me big. Everything like that. And it feels good to know that everybody else notices it. And I do. I sure as hell do. I mean, I was doing some photo shoots this week. I still got to do some more photo shoots, but I was doing some photos this week. And one of them was of me wearing this very same outfit that I have on right now. I'll get up again because you can see the short. I got these from Walmart. And I almost cried because 2 weeks ago, they didn't fit me. Now I get here, they fit me. I don't know what I weighed, but they fit me. I don't know what I did, but anyway, yeah, they fit me now, but they didn't fit me 2 weeks ago. I mean, I couldn't even pull them up. Well, no, that's a lie. I could pull them up, but I could barely button them. Like, I had to really, really struggle to try to get them to button, and whatnot. But yeah, they didn't fit me. You know what I'm saying? But now they do. I can actually take them off without unbuttoning and unzipping them now. That's wild. But yeah, so I'm gonna, I think what I'm gonna do is do like a slideshow. Like, once I get all my photo shoots finished, because I have to get some more photo shoots this week. I think I'm supposed to get some more pictures taken tomorrow and possibly the next day. So as soon as I get all of the pictures together, I think I'm gonna upload like a slideshow of, all the pictures so that you can see. I'm so happy because I look so much better than I did. I'm so happy with the way that I look. I'm starting to feel a lot more comfortable with my body. Yes, I still have more weight to lose, but I'm a lot more comfortable with it than I was. There's still some things that kind of bother me. Like, the one thing that bothers me is my belly. Like, I have some overhang or muffin top above my belly button that's hard to get rid of. Like, it's hard for it not to show no matter what I'm wearing. And for me to hide it, I would almost have to wear a body shaper like every day, but I hate how uncomfortable those are. So I really try not to wear it and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, I was just so freaking happy. 60 pounds lost in 4 months. 60 pounds gone in 4 months. Hell, back in 2011 when I lost the 40 pounds, I lost 40 pounds in 3.5 months. So I lost like 20 pounds more than that in 4 months. 60 pounds in 4 months. That is just crazy. That is just insane. But, I kind of look at myself and I'm kind of going through this stage of like, wow, that was kind of stupid. Why did you do that? Type of thing. Because I know that I've made some bad choices and I know I've made some mistakes um, and everything like that. And I don't really beat myself up on it too bad though, because I know that I'm doing something now to change that for the rest of my life and everything. But at the same time, you know, it's like, wow. Some of it, I look back and I'm like, wow, why did you do that? And then I regained weight. Every time that I got pregnant, I regained. And I used my pregnancies as an excuse to eat whatever I wanted, when I wanted. If it was 2 o'clock in the morning and I wanted chocolate ice cream, I got chocolate ice cream. you know, um, I gained 75 pounds when I had my first child. And I came into a bunch of money and I was ordering out takeout almost every night of the week. And I was putting on like 10 to 15 pounds every month. And my doctors said, you are gaining too much weight. What are you eating? You still have to eat pregnant, eat healthy when you're pregnant. I didn't say anything. Didn't care. Didn't care. I mean, I was with my ex. He was saying the child I was carrying wasn't his, that I screwed around with somebody else and got pregnant. So I really could care less. I really didn't care. Again, as I used the eating and all that junk as a way to emotionally take myself through all the BS I was going through. My second child, I really didn't gain much because I had diabetes with that one. But my third one, I gained all that weight back. Again, because of the emotional stress. I ate any and everything I could get my hands on. And I put back 43 pounds. And I did it to get through all the BS that I was going through at the time. And at the time I was pregnant with my third one, this is when I was going through court with the state and all that social services shenanigans I was telling you about in Diary Part 1. So it's again how I dealt with emotional stress. How I managed to get myself through it. Yeah, I was going through therapy. But, oh my God. I just can't even tell you. I can't even begin to tell you how stressful that is. I mean, to go through that. Like, I hope and I pray that nobody that's watching this has ever had to go through that. And I hope that you never do have to go through that, because they put you through so much bullshit. And they put you through so much stress and everything. And then your kids aren't with you and they're making you go through all this crap to get your kids back. It was terrible. It was the worst. It was the worst thing to go through, let me just tell you. And the same thing with my ex too. Like, I don't wish that on my worst enemy, to have to go through in an abusive relationship like that. Like, 8 years of my life got wasted because of some selfish asshole. And did I use food to cope with it? Hell yeah, I did. I mean, even though I lost so much weight when I was with him because he was starving me, at the first of the month I still went and I got my big bag of honey mustard pretzels and my big candy bars and all that stuff. When we had money, I ate. And I ate whatever the hell I wanted. Because the rest of the month we didn't have food. We didn't have anything hardly, except for like some of the stuff that we got from food pantries, which isn't much because they give you like government commodities and you just kind of got to take what they give you. Um, you know, there were some nights, well, black-eyed peas that I boiled and cooked was the best thing that I had all week. But yeah, so I mean that's everything. That's how my eating has played a huge role in everything that I've gone through, and everything like that. Which even though my experiences are different than somebody else's, I still feel like that. You know, I still feel that in some way we're all a lot alike, and that we've all had at some point some type of binge eating problem, and we've all had some kind of stress or emotional eating issue at some point. And I'm not saying that we're all the same because all our journeys are completely different. Um, but I'm saying that we all have at some point gone through the whole emotional eating for some reason or another, and even those reasons are all different. Everything that we've been through are different because we're different people. But I like this community because I feel like that we can relate to each other because we've all been through a lot of similar things, and stuff like that. And I just love this community, and I love how much support that we're able to give to each other, and how we can cheer each other on, and how we can um, pat each other on the back. It means a whole lot to me. So I'm going to end this video because, for one thing, it's getting late. For another thing, I've been kind of rambly. I mean, I jumped from one thing to the next. I felt like that I was very disorganized, which I am anyway, because I never make notes whenever I make these videos anyway. I mean, I always come in here kind of knowing what I want to talk about, but it's like... So, and then it's always late at night and I never have any makeup on or like anything like that. So one day I think I'm going to just come in here when I do have some makeup on, like maybe sometime this week. Just a post of, hey, how's everybody doing kind of thing, so you can actually see I do wear the stuff. I just don't make the time to put it on a day-to-day basis. Like if I don't have anything planned where I'm not going to be going anywhere or stuff like that, I don't wear it. I don't wear it around the house. So I always look pretty rough when you see me. I'm not always like that. But anyway, so thanks for all of the new subscribers, and also thanks for all of the love and the support. It means a whole ton to me to have that. Anyway, until next time, I hope that you guys have a good rest of your week and enjoy your weekend. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I'm trying to stop this thing. I was like, with my glasses on.